More exports than imports happens to be one of Ghana's commercial dreams. In our story today, we take a look at how Ghana is faring with exports. We talk to the Ghana Exports Promotion. And the first story after this short break will have to do with bank charges. On many occasions, borrowers from the banks always complain about bank charges, and experts have also established that bank charges in Ghana are expensive compared to other African countries. Reports gathered by the TV Africa Business Desk reveals factors that contribute to that.
The Bank of Ghana's release of deposits and borrowing rate to the public has succeeded in intensifying the already obvious resentment by depositors and borrowers alike that the banks are making excessive interest income at their expense. A short while ago, the Business Desk discovered that the widest interest margins with regard to the difference between average deposit rates and the base lending rates as demanded by the banks were HFC Bank 20.42%, International Commercial Bank 19.08%, Intercontinental Bank Ghana 18.85%, UT Bank 18.8%, Fidelity Bank 18.78%, Prudential Bank 18.63%, and BSIC Bank 18.63%. Certain players suggested the need for the Bank of Ghana to go a step further in determining and regulating the rates. Maud Dontobaini is the head of credit and risk management at the National Banking College.
The Bank of Ghana cannot ask all the banks to charge the same rate for lending, neither also pay the same rate for borrowing, because each of the banks is a separate entity. They have their own environment, they have their own different fund sources, they have different operational mechanisms and systems, which means then that their operational costs are different. They have different clientele and so on. Besides, we are not in a regulated regime any longer. We are in a global credit environment, and so what operates in the global environment should also operate here.
The Ghana Export Promotion Authority has said only 10% of registered exporters are industrially active. It also revealed that despite 100% sponsorship from government, there are still challenges in trying to educate and encourage those who are inactive.
Ghanaians are very talented and hardworking people. They are able to turn things around them into very useful items. Most of these things that Ghanaians manufacture here in Ghana remain in Ghana. Head of Marketing, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Alex Dajrawa, has the answer.
We have recorded at the Export Promotion Authority over 3,000 companies which claim that they are exporting. But we've taken note that it's just about 300 of them that we say are very, very active. See, this is a very large number, and we are limited as an agency by numbers and by resources. So obviously we cannot reach all of them. We are implementing a strategy we call enterprise level export development, which means that we go to the companies, we talk to them, interact with them, we listen to their problems, and if we have the means to help them solve it, we do that.
How much help does the Ghana Export Promotion Authority receive from government?
Of course, we do assist. We do get assistance from government. We are a government agency and we are funded 100% from state resources, mainly from the Ministry of Trade and Industries budget allocated to it by the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Finance. But also recently we've been getting quite significant assistance from the Export Development and Investment Fund, which has been set up by government to provide financial resources for the development and promotion of non-traditional exports. So from these two sources, we get our funding. But of course, it's not sufficient. We would have wished that we got more in order to do more.
How can young entrepreneurs who are interested in exporting their produce get through?
Well, the first point of call, I believe, should be the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. And we are spread almost around the country. If anybody is watching me now who is interested in exports, you can locate us in any of these zonal offices or come to Accra to see us, and we'll be more than pleased to help them.
The Ghana Export Promotion Authority also hinted that without accurate data on services exports, its contribution to economic growth of Ghana could not be realized. The CEO, Kwadwo Owusu-Agyeman, said exports of professional services such as medical practices, consultancy services and education, among others, could augment the economic value of non-traditional goods.
When we talk of exporting goods and services, many minds quickly turn to pineapples, bananas, cocoa, and other physical goods. Think about the simple or cumbersome services for which you receive payments. This exchange of services for money has been in existence since time immemorial. Now, in a modern world, even foreigners patronize these services without you having to necessarily take it to them. For this reason, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority is undertaking a series of awareness programs to educate and promote professional services which would serve as addition to the revenue generated from export.
Promote sector is a sector that is not well, it's developing. It's a huge sector. It's an untapped, it has untapped potential, it has potential. So we're trying to promote it, develop it and promote it for the practitioners to also benefit. Of course, they are the reason why we exist anyway.
Chief Executive Officer of GEPA, Dr. Kwadwo Owusu-Agyeman, explains why this exercise is important.
We are exporting, except that we are not taking account of what we are exporting, and we are also not factoring it into our non-traditional export revenues. So this exercise is really to find a way to be able to manage it and also get the data and incorporate it into the non-traditional export revenues.
So if you are an exporter in Ghana and you are part of the 90% who are not industrially active, TV Africa Business News will encourage you to get active so we can promote made in Ghana goods. My name is Kujo Sugbaka. This is where we draw the curtains on the business segment.